What's happening, sports fans? Welcome back to another episode of Mama and Papa Joe. Today on the menu is something different. We're going to be stuffing some bell peppers with some brisket trimmings. This is going to be delicious. Hey, if you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button. I know you're going to want to by the end of this video. Let's get started. First thing I want to do today is get these bell peppers prepped and out of the way. Got some beautiful bell peppers, man. I've never tasted one of these flaming bell peppers before, but they're supposed to be very sweet, as is the rest of these bell peppers. I chose not to use any green ones because the green ones are, of course, the less ripe. And the less ripe they are, the less sweet they are. So I think these colors are going to make for a pretty nice presentation. So the first thing I want to do is just simply cut out this stem portion without cutting myself. Now that I have those stems removed, I want to make sure that I get these all about the same size. I want to cut off the tops. These are not going to be thrown away. We're using these inside the filling. And I want to make sure that these tops are all about the same size so that they cook evenly. Now we're going to begin to core them, remove the veins and the seeds. There might be an easier way of doing this, but I don't know of it. But that's what I'm looking for. All right, and that was our last one. All right, so I've got my bell peppers, onions, parsley, chopped garlic, and some cabbage. Let's get this meat prepped. Okay, so here I have a little over a pound of brisket trimming. This is some very lean brisket trimming. This is the brisket from that select brisket that I took all the fat off for that one anatomy video. If you haven't seen that, you might want to check that out. It is partially frozen, so it's going to go through the grinder a little easier than not frozen meat. I'm using the middle die, so I don't want large grind, I don't want small grind. So I'm right there in the center. All right, that should do it. Time to get a pot heated and get this show on the road. So I've got maybe 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of olive oil in that pot heating up. And we're gonna come back with that ground brisket that we just finished creating. To that ground beef, I'm going to add 1 pound of hot Italian sausage. That is going to bring some fat into the mix. It's also going to bring some additional flavors. There is quite a bit of salt in that Italian sausage. So we're going to be very careful in how we add any additional salt to this dish. So we're just going to give this a couple of 10-12 minutes or so. My stove is on medium high, just to brown, get some color. All right, it's been about 10 minutes or so, man, and I've got this ground beef and sausage mixture really broken apart. Got nice color. There isn't a whole lot of liquid, not a whole lot of fat, so I don't have to worry about draining it. And I tasted it, and the salt content that sausage brought is absolutely perfect. So what I'm going to do right now is just remove this from the heat, and I will start working on browning, getting a little color to our veggies. I'm going to use the same pot with the remnants of the sausage and brisket, add a little olive oil, come back with my onions, my bell peppers. And we're gonna give these a little 5 to 7 minutes to wilt and get just a little bit of color. It's not a must, but I really think that it brings some additional sweetness once these onions lose a little bit of their water content. All right, I see a little color to our veggies. We're gonna come back with about 3 medium cloves of finely chopped garlic. Just a few minutes. And now back in with our meat mixture. Oh, this smells great. To that mixture, 2 teaspoons of Italian seasonings. I'm going to add maybe a cup of finely chopped cabbage, and that's a green cabbage. I've got some jasmine rice. I'm going to add maybe a cup. Oh, this looks beautiful. I think that's the perfect amount of rice. That was about a cup. Now I'm going to come back with maybe a cup of some marinara sauce. If you're in the tomato paste, that would work. I'm just going to be eyeballing this. And once I've got the type of mixture I want it a little wetter than this. So maybe that's a cup. And again, I'm being very careful because there's still more items to come in here. We're going to now come back with some cheese. And there aren't any real amounts. I'm just looking for a bit of a texture. This is some Parmesan Oregano. Is that how it's pronounced? I'm not sure. And a little mozzarella. A little more of that marinara. Some chopped parsley. At this point, I'm turning my stove down to medium low. You got cheeses and other things in here. You don't want that to scorch on the bottom. I'm very happy with this consistency. I need to give this a little taste and see where we are with that salt. That's delicious. I'm gonna throw in a little more mozz and a little more Parmesan. All right, I'm really liking this texture. Turning my stove off, and we're gonna give this a few minutes to sit, and we're gonna fill those bell peppers. My mixture cooled just a little bit, and I'm here to tell you it is absolutely delicious. I could almost eat the filling as is. I forgot to mention up front, folks, you want to find female bell peppers. They have 4 legs as opposed to the males, which have 3. Here's one with 5. I don't know what this one is all about, but I'm not going to ask any questions. I'm using my little Traeger tray. I don't want to pack them or anything. We're going to be cooking these on the Traeger at about 300 degrees, and we're looking for about, give or take, 45 to 50 minutes. We want our bell peppers to be cooked, but we don't want them so tender, so cooked that they're falling apart. We still want them to have some body. Then come back, just a little cheese. And I think we're good for right now. Let's go get this Traeger warmed up. All right, our Traeger is preheated to 300 degrees, and we're pretty much looking at about 45 minutes. I want to get a nice golden, just a little brown into that cheese. Not much that is cooked. Beautiful. Right, we are at 55 minutes, and for the last 20 minutes, I cranked the Traeger from 300 to 400, trying to get just a little color, a little browning. And you'll know that these are ready when you see them starting to wrinkle. You're seeing that bubbling. These are ready to go. So we're gonna pull these. And man, they smell absolutely scrumptious. That cheese is caramelized, a little on the crunchy side. Let's see what one of these things tastes like. still hot. Oh yeah, that is pure goodness. Gotta go back in. Folks, this is absolutely delicious. I mean, you can serve it with cheese or more marinara on the side, whatever the case might be. Try this, let me know what you think. We went about 35, almost 40 minutes at 300, then we cranked it up for about 20 minutes to 400, just to get that cheese to color a little bit. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with Mom and Papa Joe's. I will look forward to seeing you next time. Be on the lookout for another video coming soon. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, love each other, and we'll see you when we see you.